Okay, welcome to the Kingdom of Leonidas. This is going to be a Roman, Greek, Spartan-inspired theme park. I'm using this really awesome map template from Seeker07 that I found in the workshop. I think it was originally Viking themed or something along those lines, but the only thing I've done to it so far is kind of strip down a lot of the branding and theming that they had in there and kind of bare bonesed it down to what I want and put this nice white marble surface down here in the middle, along with this really nice kind of white stone that I'll be using as well. But that's all I've done to it. There's still a couple other roller coasters and stuff over here that I'll be re-theming, but this one's pretty good, so there's no reason to get rid of it. But I am going to start over here with the main entrance, and then we'll get into a water park that'll kind of be back here, and then I've got some other plans for some stuff over in this direction. And oh, look at this guy. That's interesting. Bye. Alright, so I also found a bunch of kind of theme stuff on the workshop for scenery. And I think I'm going to start by using, was it this entrance? Yeah. I think this one is looking pretty good to get started with. Oops. There's a lot of different parts there, so do a better job of getting the initial placement in. Kind of stick it here in this little tighter bottleneck area. Get it in there just enough to fill that space. Make sure it's in there nice and center. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm not really playing with power or money or employees that can quit or get upset or anything like that. This is really going to be a kind of a more creative, for fun build. This game's has a lot of those systems in them, but they're not always the best in terms of kind of making for especially challenging kind of simulation stuff. And honestly, I'm kind of more into just building stuff to build it and let it be fun. So that's at least how we're going to start, and and we'll see where it goes from there. Looks like this building is a little separate, but I think we're just gonna get rid of this and get rid of you as well. How are we feeling? Not feeling quite as centered anymore, are we? Not want to take any of that path. There we go. That doesn't take any of guest service stuff, but I don't know that I even gonna want that, so at least not in that fashion. All right. See if we can why is it selecting that stuff? I do not want. There we go. Get this nice and centered, and that will work. And then let's get in there, and I want to extend this wall a little bit. That's not bad to get started. Maybe get a tree over here on the other side, along with some of this planter. Alright, and then let's see. There is that really cool giant broken golden, I don't know, shield, or almost like it looks like a giant coin. That I want to put in the ground, but of course I do not remember. I have a really hard time remembering where most of this stuff lives. I don't know if it's just me or if it's poorly organized, but I have a hard time finding a lot of the things that I'm looking for. So I'm going to find this thing and we will be right back. Alright, I have it. It is this bull disc fragment. So that's the thing I want to use in as kind of a centerpiece here. To do is sink it so that just that part is showing, and then this has happened, so that's not great. Oh, we're so close. Is that okay? No, that is not great. Like we want just the horse. We need the whole thing without. Come on, up just a little bit. Oh, can we just make this white? That helps, but still doesn't quite. No, it's not like really white. Although I guess if we make the whole thing white, maybe the whole thing can show. Just a little bit. That won't be quite as jarring. I think that makes a nice kind of centerpiece here in the entrance. Yeah, that'll work. And we do have to get the actual park entrance stuff. They can go out the inn, I believe. So I'm going to put this, we'll have 2 park entrances on either side of there. And then we'll close this gate off. And because people will just walk through the walls, let's go ahead and not let them walk through any of this stuff. I kind of get why scenery alone doesn't block off the guests, but I wish there was a collision toggle per item. So if you wanted, if they were getting in the way somehow, you could let them walk through something, but also by default maybe they just wouldn't, because I've yet to find a time when I think them walking through something makes a lot of sense, but I suppose there's a reason. But having to kind of manually find all these places for them to walk through is not always great. Okay. I think we have our kind of bare bone, little leftover tea there from the template. I think we've got our beginning of our gate looking pretty good. I'm always worried about the actual functionality of some of these things. The gates especially have been, I found, can be a little funky in terms of how they actually function, and they should be pretty straightforward, but often it feels like they're not. I feel like there's a lot of things in this game that feel like they should be straightforward, but necessarily aren't, like the paths and how a lot of those things work. Speaking of paths, I actually think, I see this woman standing on this. I don't think people should walk over this. So I am going to, let's get rid of the path underneath this plaque. Oh, that might actually, I wonder if I can sink it down any lower that way. But then I guess it won't be covered by the white. I don't mind it sticking up, but if it's going to, I don't think people should walk over it. Initially, my thought was that it would be kind of something more flush with the ground and that people could walk over it, but I think seeing them walk around it will make a little more sense if it's going to be protruding the ground just a little bit here. Okay, that should prevent anybody from walking over it. I hope at least. And we'll assume they probably need pathing. Yep. To actually get in the park. Let's make sure they have that. There. Okay, so now we should have some functionality here. Overall, though, I think that's looking pretty good. I'd come to that park. Oh, there we go. See, they're already walking around the plaque. That's perfect. Okay, now that we have our entrance and gate in, I found this nice planner system on the workshop that I think really fills this kind of entrance space nicely. That is, when it's actually lined up and centered. Really just fills a lot of this kind of really wide open walkway here with something that just kind of looks nice and doesn't take up too much space, but also kind of creates a little divider. And then I'd also found this really awesome column fence. I'll tell you right now, as you're watching the first video of me playing this game, I'm not like the most incredibly creative when it comes to something like this. I guess the building part of this is not my forte as much as the layout and the kind of the theme and the vibes are. So I'm going to be certainly using stuff from the workshop as this part progresses. Not to say I won't be building my own things, because I certainly will be, but I will definitely be utilizing some of the other awesome stuff that other people are making, because it also just saves so much time. Like, this game is awesome for how detailed it is, but man, can it really hamper progress. I don't know that I can spend an hour, alone, however long something like this would take. At least how long it would take me, probably. So I'm going to utilize the workshop because that's why we have it. See if we can just get these placed here and move this tree out of the way a little bit. All right, I'm just seeing that one park staff member walking right through this. So I do think that the benches they won't walk through. So I have seen people kind of put those strategically where kind of as barriers. To kind of get them to not walk where you don't want them to. So hopefully this will provide some seating, but also not get anyone walking through any of these pillars, because I am not going to go through and outline them all with the path. All right, so I think that's off to a pretty good themed start. I was thinking that a nice little shop kind of greet you here would be good. Yeah, something like that will definitely work. Oop. Well, where'd it go? There we go. I don't really want this to be too overly mythology stylized as much as just kind of like very classy, kind of upscale marble and rich colors and that kind of thing. So I'm not trying to do too much in terms of making it feel mythological or any one kind of super specific theme. I just want it to feel really clean, really upscale, really pristine. And we'll get some seating going here. See, this is already a little too themed. There we go. How about this? Something like that. Just change that to a nice kind of, oops. Get a nice kind of gold color we can use. And then kind of get a few of these in here. Get these going. Whoa. That's a fun little graphical glitch. Do we want to... Oh. I had two. One inside of it. Okay. Let's just copy the one I already changed. I probably should have made these. Yeah. I think resort is probably the word I'm looking for in terms of how I want this to feel. Kind of like a, like a themed hotel area, more than a roller coaster theme park or water park. We will obviously be having roller coasters and water swimming pools and all that, and rides and flumes, because that's what this game is. But I want it to feel like more of an oasis than a kind of, busy, loud kind of theme park place. Do for a little. What do we have? Food. We have food here. No merch. Memento. Now let's get all of these out of there. Oops. We're gonna want, I think, food here. So we'll go with some beef.
Tasty.
And pizza.
Pizza pan.
And soda.
Pizza pan.
There we go. And then actually let's kind of really close this in. All right, it's a nice little entrance area there. And then, so this part of the park that already has, this will end up being rides. I think we maybe will go with some sort of hotel, lodging area here. But this whole area, I'm planning to do kind of a real loungy swim area. Pools, chaise lounges, like these ones left over. There was a wave pool here in the original blueprint that I used, and there will be again a bigger swimming pool here, maybe some flumes here, and some stuff in the middle. So we'll get to that, but in the meantime, I also want to have a little kind of entrance gate of sorts here. Let's see what we have from what we've pulled in from the workshop. I want to go a little more than that. That's not bad. Get rid of that big statue's a little much for me, but that could be an interesting gate. Try dropping that in for the moment, see if there's anything else that I found, or if we just want to build something. In general, I want to kind of go with a red theme over a blue theme, just kind of white, gold, and red. It's kind of that really classy, upscale look I think we're going to go for here. That's almost a little too purple. Try, that's still looking, maybe that's just the way it looks on. that texture. That's a lot. Let's maybe keep the red to the banner there, and keep this. Yeah, that's already better. We're gonna stick with that. Want the red and the gold to be kind of accents and really just keep everything very clean and white here. Yeah, that's way more what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, I think. So this is, I would say this is a kind of the just big open, clean marble, gold and red look that I'm going to be going for kind of throughout this whole area. And then I had found, was it this guy? Yeah, I think it was just a nice little pool right when you walk in. And get rid of that. And we will match our stone. Oh, and then for the pool edge, I think we might go with this dark in this tile. Let's see how that is looking. Maybe we just stick with the light one then. Just let it really just blend in. And then as for the marble, oh yeah, that's a nice light blue we're looking at. I think we're liking that. Yeah, definitely that. There you go. So you're coming in right away. Yes, thank you. Just greeted right away by this nice... Yep, I'm aware. Very aware. Oh my goodness. Great. Great. All right, let's just pause it then. And, oh. Got a bit of a rogue fountain going on. And we're going to go again, I think with the red here. Yeah. And then for the pillars, a lot of them have this kind of default blue that I'm not a fan of, so we're just going to take all of this into that nice bright white. Yeah, I think that'll work. And then we'll need some facilities, some changing rooms, and bathrooms right over here. Oh, that's quite a building. Whoa. There's all kinds of stuff going on with this guy. That's way more than I had in mind, but it's a little rustic. It looks like it's got using the ruins. But we might be able just to change it all to white and let that be bathrooms and food. Nah, that's a little much for here, I think. All right, we're just gonna do our own thing then. Okay, well, we got a bit of a custom bathroom and changing room area done that I think kind of at least matches some of the other stuff we have. So I think we'll call it there for this episode. Got a nice good start. We got our entrance in and some stuff here to kind of welcome you, some shops. I think we'll add a little more to this area over here. It's looking a little plain, but it's a good start. Wrap some of this stuff over here and got our nice entrance to what will be a really detailed and very custom pool area. So we'll take care of that, or at least get started on it in the next episode. In the meantime, I'll get some cinematics up, and we'll see you next time. All right. Thanks. Bye.